Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. Now, as we reported yesterday, the Department of Justice has announced that they will be seeking the death penalty against Luigi Mangione for the death of the United Healthcare individual. Now, he has his state case that's been moving forward, and under the previous administration, they didn't say they were going to go for the death penalty. They didn't say they wouldn't, though, to be honest, although some people are saying this is they're varying, DOJ is varying from the sovereign district. I don't know if the sovereign district took a position, maybe internally. In any event, that was announced yesterday. So now, the question now becomes whether the feds will try to take over the case from the state and go first, or whether they'll wait for the state trial and then take over. There's that. Mahmoud Khalil, he was moved from New York to New Jersey and then to Louisiana. Judge Furman here in the Southern District said he didn't have jurisdiction, sent the case to Jersey. Some thought it might get sent to Louisiana since that's where he is. But the judge in the District Court in New Jersey yesterday kept it, although he said he may be hearing from the parties whether they want an interlocutory appeal to the Third Circuit of his decision. I'm expecting that they will, so we'll see. We're going to continue to cover that one. We covered a kind of overly long event yesterday in which Charlie Javice and Olivia Amar of the Frank FinTech, convicted recently of defrauding JP Morgan Chase. Not a very sympathetic victim, frankly, but they were convicted. Now, the government wants to put and has won yesterday, after 2 hours of argument, GPS monitor bracelet on both of them, pending sentencing. Ms. Javice and her many lawyers said that this would undermine her client relations in a Pilates class teaching. And Olivia Amar just said it would be humiliating. It seems to me they have bigger concerns than that. I don't know. I do this because I see many people just remanded after conviction. It's hard not to compare some of these white-collar cases to yesterday, an absolutely brutal case of Mr. Diaz. You can find that both on Inner City Press and Substack. In any event, we covered that. Nadine is still sick, so like yesterday, there's no Nadine trial. But what there is today, as I turn the corner, is the Drake case. Now, we haven't yet to write Drake versus UMG, the world's biggest music producer. He sued them for, after losing, in essence, a rap battle with Kendrick Lamar, his lawsuit goes forward. Defamation, harassment, various New York State legal claims. But it's in a federal court. In any event, we're going to be live tweeting that one today. We've decided to do it. It raises all kinds of defamation issues, First Amendment issues. As you may know, as viewers of and readers of Inner City Press may know, we don't really like defamation lawsuits. It seems like, particularly when they're artistic, but we're going to cover it because it's a big case here and it should be interesting. Sidley Austin on one side, Wilkie Farr on another. Wilkie Farr, the same firm that just recently cut a deal. They cut a deal. They represented the Georgia poll workers, I believe, against Giuliani, but they've cut a deal. There's specifics of which we need to look at. Scat and ARPS said they're going to be doing pro bono work. Let's see how that plays out. Let's turn to the United Nations. Speaking of a need for accountability and an end to impunity. Yesterday, France took over the UN Security Council. Of course, the UN Security Council has shown itself to be less and less relevant in the last years under Antonio Guterres' reign at the UN. But Jérôme Bonafont, who we first wrote about when he was supposed to be the head of UN peacekeeping, except that he bragged about it, and so Hervé Ladsus got it, much to the non-benefit of the beneficiaries of UN peacekeeping, as Hervé Ladsus covered up for rapists and too much. Let's see what Bonafont does. What I can say is he's a censor. Their mission has received written questions about topics of particular concern for French diplomacy, such as Western Sahara, Cameroon, where they've sided with an octogenarian dictator. No answers at all, while they take answers inside from state media. Jérôme Bonafont. Keep that name in mind because we are covering the Security Council this month of April. But for now, we're going in, and look out for Drake around noon. To be continued.